Hey, what's up, guys? Carlton Stith here from CJS Media, and I want to talk about creating a sprite, a CSS sprite to be exact. What CSS sprites will do is allow you to create an image, and what you could do is load up several images here and reduce the amount of HTTP requests that are created when you create a website. And basically, Mercedes-Benz here have created a sprite that does this quite well. And we're going to create something similar to this, and our end result will be this. So instead of two HTTP requests, we'll just be making one. So let's get down to work. So first off, go to your desktop and create a new folder. And we're going to name this folder screencast here. And next, you want to open up Photoshop. And I'm going to take this image here and I'm going to load it. I'm going to bring this image here and load it in here so I can just to save the amount of time on this screencast here. So once you've got this image loaded, you want to Control A to select all, Control C to copy, and let's see how large this file is. Go up here to info, and it's 75 by 75 pixels. And we're going to create a new file, and here the width and height is already pre-populated, so that's cool. Hit OK and Control V to paste the file. Now we're going to make this file I'm just going to change it up a little bit just so we can differentiate between the two files. So I'm going to change it to this purple here, and select both files and flatten the image. Now we have a 75 pixel by 75 pixels. So So what you want to do now is pull both of these images into a new file, and we're going to double that width up, and the height is going to remain the same because we're only loading two images here. Alright, now this is the part here. So what we want to do here is duplicate this layer, and we're going to put it into our sprite here. Alright, make sure that you have your snap to guides turned on. This will make that pull over just like so. And we're going to duplicate our original layer, and we're going to put it to our Untitled 2. You always want to name your files, but I'm not. So once that's done, once that's completed, we're going to take all of these and flatten the image, and we're going to save this for web and devices. Make sure you're saving as a PNG 24, and make sure you save it to your folder on the desktop here. We named our folder screencast. Open that, make sure you save that to there, and we can minimize that. Now we can rename the file to Sprite. Alright, now open up your text editor. And let's get rid of this right here and this right here. And we're going to create a brand new file here. So create new and save this file to your same folder, and we're just going to name it index.html. Alright, and create your standard HTML5 document, and we're going to name this screencast. Alright, and let's see if this thing is working. Save it, and we're just going to mainly just see if this is working right here. Open with Google Chrome, and we should be able to see Hello World on our screen. If not, something went wrong. Good, so we can see it. So what we're going to do now is create a new file, and we're going to name this save it as sprite.png. We're going to name it screen.png. Alright. And now make sure you link from your file and link to your screen.png. So actually we named that incorrectly. We named that a PNG file. Alright, so we're going to get rid of this and save this, and we're going to do that again, screen.css. Alright, and we've already linked to there, so we're going to get rid of this hello world, and what we're going to do now is create a anchor link. Alright, so once that anchor link is created, now we can get on to creating our rollover image. And we're going to give this an ID of, let's see, logo. Save that and go over here to your CSS, and we're going to go from our CSS and we're going to link that logo, and we're going to give it the same height and width of our PNG. So if you remember how large this original one was, it was 75 pixels by 75 pixels. So and a height of 75 pixels and a width of 75 pixels. I'm going to give it a text decoration of none, and display block, and the background image is going to be our sprite. So link from there, and what did we name our sprite? We called it screen.png. So screen.png, and we're going to give it a background position of 75 pixels by 0 pixels. Save that, and we can go back up to our browser, refresh, and it should be here, but it's not. So what went wrong? Let's see. Sprite.png. Sprite. That's what we called it. So let's see. Let's see if this works. Save this again. Go back up to our browser refresh, and there it is. Now right now we don't have a rollover image, but we're going to create some magic here. So in order to create a rollover, we're going to do logo and hover. And just because I like to do it, I'm going to do logo dash active. Now these are called pseudo elements. What pseudo elements allow you to do is create that nice rollover. So with this here, what we're going to do now is give it a background position of 0 pixels by 0 pixels. And we should have our rollover image now. Hit refresh and there we go. Now I said that this was going to be our original and this was going to be our rollover. So what you could do is switch it up and just do 0 here and make this 75 pixels. Control S to save, refresh the browser, and there we are. And awesome, instant rollover, instant gratification. So if you like this, don't forget to hit me up. Thanks for checking me out, and if you want to learn more about rollover images, alright, so it always happens, right? The joy of live screencasting. So if you want to learn more about CSS Sprites, there's a lot of articles here on the web. Mainly this article right here is one that I recommend reading. It's an article by Dave Shea this was a pretty dated article, but he runs his own studio called Bright Creative in Vancouver, Canada, and he talks about CSS Sprites. Now, another great, excellent source of information is Chris Coyier of CSS Tricks. Him and Dave Rupert, they host a weekly podcast called Shop Talk Show, and that's a great source of information. And here you can read all about CSS Sprites. So he goes way more in depth than what I did, but mainly what happens is you reduce the number of HTTP requests. So instead of 13 kilobytes, you go down to 1. So that's what we have here, and thanks for checking me out, guys, and I'll see you on my next go round. Peace.